Today I'd like to focus on one of Plato's dialogues, Crito, specifically here on the portion of 50a and 54d in Reginald Allen's book. It is page 105 to 109, which refers to the speech of the Laws of Athens. In this story, again, some background. Socrates was found guilty of corrupting the youth and having impiety, and he was sentenced by the jury to death by drinking the hemlock. But because of the situation back then, that that a boat has been sent on a sacred journey, and while on that journey, it is not allowed to have an execution for the protection of the state. Socrates' friends arranged his escape. Sinubukan nila na gumawa ng paraan na patakasin, to the point that even in the beginning portions of Crito, we can see that talagang namimihasa na sa panuhol ng guard. Kilala na siya ng guard, pero still, after many times of convincing Socrates to escape, wala talaga, ayaw niya. He denied it, saying that in defying the judgment given to him, it also breaks at the same time yung mga agreement, yung commitment niya. And at the same time, parang sinisiraan niya rin yung yung bayan niya at yung mga batas ng Athens, no? So here there are major points, no, on how he responded. But it's noteworthy that he does not want to escape because of these reasons. First, him being a long-time resident of Athens shows that he has entered into an agreement with the laws, obeying them. For example, here if we would read this, portion here in page 107 in 53a and following, actually in 52e. Very well then, they might say, aren't you trespassing your compacts and agreements with us? You didn't agree under constraint. You were not misled or deceived, nor were you forced to decide in too little time. You had 70 years, during which time you have gone abroad if we did not please you, or your agreement seemed to you unjust. But you preferred neither Sparta nor Crete, which you often used to say that were well governed, or any other city, Greek or barbarian. Quite the contrary. You traveled abroad less often than the halt, the lame, and the blind. So the city pleased you to a degree surpassing all other Athenians. Therefore, we please you too, for to whom a city be pleasing without loss. So, nandito sa point na to sinasabi ni Socrates na sinasabi niya na siya, being a long-time resident of Athens, pumapasok siya sa agreement doon sa mga laws, sa mga batas, na pinili niya na dito palakihin yung mga bata, dito niya, again, it's said here in 52c, so eagerly did you choose us, so eagerly did you agree to live a citizen under us, that you even founded a family here, that even in your very trial you could have proposed exile as a penalty, and done with the city's knowledge and permission, that you are now attempting to do against her will. And nakikita din niya dito na hindi niya yung gagawin, kasi being a long-time resident of Athens, pinapakita doon na he has an agreement with the laws, being satisfied by the government or the laws of Athens. And second, again, in connection with this, being a long-time resident, he is birth, education, its growth and care, it is also owed to the law of Athens. No? I like to mention this portion here at 50 at 50e, if I'm right here, at page 105. Very well then, we bore you, we reared you, we educated you. Can you say, first of all, that you are not our offspring and our slave, you and your fathers before you? And that's true. Do you think that justice is on a level between you and us, and that it's right for you to do in return what we may undertake to do unto you? And this is further notioned by having this line in 51, 51b to c. The just lies here, never to give away, never to desert, never to leave your post, but in war or court of law and any other place, to do what city and country command, that the persuade of it is what nature just. It is not holy to use force against a mother or a father, and it's far more unholy to use force against your country. So, Socrates used a analogy of parents and children, that a parent demands obedience to their children, with them being taken care of, being given education, being born, being reared, being given nutrition by them. And at the same time, it is demanded by the law of Athens that its citizens to have obedience in justice to what has Athens given to them, which is education, the growth, and their birth. And lastly, Socrates says that to disregard his sentence is to mock fellow citizens, that in essence is, I benefit in you following, but I won't do the consequences of following myself, but I would just get the benefits of it, but yung mismong paggawa, hindi ko yung gagawin. Parang ganun ang sinasabi ko. And this is also what is said by Socrates on the earlier portion, which is on, if I'm right, it's 49. Yeah, if I'm right, it's somewhere. It's in number 49, page. It is on page 104, and Socrates says, "Then observe what follows. If I escape from here without persuading the city, am I not injuring someone I lease off? And I am not failing to abide by agreement that are just." So, kung sino yung hindi dapat saktan, or kung sino yung hindi dapat mapahama, parang sinasaktan niya na rin. Kasi sa pag-iwan sa dapat niyang gawin, ay parang isang pananakit din sa mga tao na nagiging tapat, na kung sino yung hindi dapat saktan, kung sino yung hindi dapat tanggalan ng hustisya, ng katuwiran, ay yun ang ginagawa niya. That's why it just boils down to the notion of justice, to give what is just, to give what is due, no? And this is actually emanated by Aristotle, saying that justice in book 5, chapter 1 of the Nicomachean Ethics, is that justice is that kind of state of character which makes people disposed to do what is just, and makes them act justly, and wish for what is just. And in essence, just to give what is due. And hinimay pa ito, no? To the points, no? If we would read further, Aristotle says that the state exists to promote the well-being of its citizens. And again, sinasabi nga ito ni Socrates doon sa punto niya na pinapakain, inaalagaan. At ano ang hinihingi? Katapatan, hustisya. At yun ang maibibigay ng tao na inalagaan ng Estado. Which is sinasabi pa nga ni Aristoteles na ang polis dapat ay maging paraan na makuha ng bawat tao ang kanyang pinakamataas na potensyal. At bilang pangbawi, bilang isa sa mga bahagi ng duty ng isang citizen, ay dapat siyang sumunod sa mga batas na nagtuturo ng katuwiran, ng tamang katuwiran. At it is their duty to say that, to follow those laws. Kung hindi siya nagpo-promote ng katuwiran, ay hindi. So, again, going back to what happened to Socrates, it's good to see that in the notion, in the story of Crito, yung pakikipag-usap, yung personification ng conversation of Socrates with the law of Athens, it is a story of justice. Kung titignan mo sa mga detalye, no? At parang sinasabi kasi ang nagiging dating ay binigay ng Atenas ang pinakamaganda para kay Socrates. At ngayong natagpuan si Socrates ng mga taga-Atenas na si Socrates ay may kasalanan, bagamat sabihin natin na sila ay nalilito, sila ay nabayaran lamang. Ito ay hindi ginagawa ni Socrates dahil siya ay nagpapakamartir, na siya ay nagpapakabayani, bagkus ito ay ginagawa niya bilang paraan ng pagbibigay niya ng katuwiran, to giving justice to what has Athens given to him and his children and his family. And it is so surprising, it is so new for me personally bilang isang tao na nasanay na ang hustisya ay tumanggap, na kung ano yung para sa akin ay dapat makuha ko, yun ang hustisya. Pero ang hustisya para kay Socrates, para kay Aristoteles, it is to give what is due. To give what is due. Kung ano ang dapat, kung ano nararapat, ay yun ang ibibigay. At hindi yun yung kung ano yung tatanggapin. Again, it is so surprising that in reading along the lines of the speech of the Laws of Athens, no, parang sinasabi lang naman dito ni Socrates essentially na hindi ko naman to ginagawa dahil nagpapakamartir ako eh. And even said here in 54b by the law, Socrates, be persuaded by us, for we nurtured you. Put not life, nor children, nor anything else ahead of what is just, so that when you come to the place of the dead, you may have all this to say in defense who rule there. It may not appear better here, more virtuous, more just, more holy for you or for any those around you to do this kind of thing here. And it will not be better for you on your arrival there. And if it will not, you now depart, if you depart, the victim of injustice at the hands of man, not at the hands of we who are the lost. But if you escape, if you thus shamelessly return injustice for injustice and injury for injury, if you trespass against your compacts and agreements with us, and work evil on those who least ought, yourself, your friends, your country, and its laws, we shall be angered at you while you live. And those our brothers who are the lost in the place of the dead will not receive you kindly. So and so and so. It's just here. We do not do this. Hindi ang batas ng Atenas ang nagparusa kay Socrates, ang kanyang paniniwala. Bagkus ang nagparusa ay ang tao. Kaya ang ginagawa lamang ni Socrates ay ibigay kung ano ang hinihingi bilang pagtugon, bilang hustisya din sa ibinigay sa kanya ng batas ng Atenas. At kahit yun ay kapalit ng kamatayan, ay tatanggapin din yun. At siguro magandang paanyaya rin yun sa pagtingin sa kasaysayan or pagtingin sa ideya ng hustisya ni Socrates at ni Aristoteles, na ito isang paanyaya na sulitin, na pagtignan, na tasahin ang sarili, na kung ano ba ang nangyayari. Tayo ba ay naghihintay na matanggap kung ano yung dapat quote-unquote na para sa atin, o ito ba ay isang paraan na dapat bilang paanyaya na ano ba ang pwede ko pang maibigay? Ano ang dapat kong ibigay bilang tugon sa kabutihan sa akin ng aking kapwa o ng aking bayan? At maging kapalit man ito ay kamatayan, ito naman ay isang paraan lamang ng ating pagbabalik, katulad ng ginawa ni Socrates. Muli, isang magandang araw at pagpalain naman tayo ng nasa itaas.